Session may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. Your continued participation in this session will be considered as express consent to be monitored or recorded. Please stay on the line after your call for a brief survey about your experience.
Hi there, this is Shai from DoorDash. How can I help you today?
Hi, Shai. Do you have my account pulled? This is Cynthia Ortiz.
Alright, hold on. So your name is Cynthia, is this correct?
Yes.
Alright. So I already pull up your account here. May I know what is the concern?
Okay, so I'm looking at, like, if you notice, I have very high ratings, 4.9 customer satisfaction. My ratings are very high. All of a sudden, I got 2 customers that say I didn't deliver their food. Don't you think that's a little weird?
Oh, I see. Alright, Cynthia. I do apologize that you're having problem right now regarding for the 2 orders that the customer informed you that they didn't receive this order. And
No.
nothing to worry since you got here.
Well, the first one, the one on 4/18, the Del Taco order, that guy's just lying. I mean, I drove very far, and he didn't tip me. I drove really far to give him his order. He was like a construction guy with beard. I gave him his order. I handed it right to him.
Yes, exactly. I'm really sorry for that one.
Well,
But
when you-
nothing to worry, Cynthia.
What do you do when customers just lie? Because you can look at my history. I don't have a history of doing crap like this. You know what I mean? I deliver my food. I don't, if something happens where, I mean, what do we do as dashers? How do we protect ourselves against customers who just lie?
Yeah, I do apologize again for that one. But nothing to worry, as I mentioned, I'll be going to help you with this. Regarding with your concern, if the customer will gonna give you a message that they didn't receive the order, even though you already dropped the order or you had it directly to the customer their order. So, and at this moment, since the customer provided you a contract violation, so all you need to do is just provide an explanation what really happened, because there is a special teammate who are gonna do the investigation. So nothing to worry. Once our special teammate know your information, know your insights regarding for the specific order, and once they done investigation, and if it is not your fault, they will just remove that violation into your end. Okay.
Okay.
So nothing to worry regarding with that one. It's because I know you just are doing your job.
Right.
I know you're a great dasher, and there are also a time really that we can able to predict like what happened to you that you receive a violation. But nothing to worry, as I mentioned to you, that as long as that you can provide an explanation, a dispute, there is a special teammate who are gonna help you with that. Okay.
Okay, also, and then the second one that happened today, like, the customer gave the wrong address. So even I called DoorDash and I said, I need to find this guy's address. Like, I dropped the food off, took the picture, rang the doorbell, and left, completed delivery. And the people that were inside the house came running outside, and they were like, this is not ours. You got the wrong address. So the customer gave us, DoorDash, the wrong address. So I tried to call to find out if you could, get the right address, because I'd already completed the delivery. So I no longer had access to his phone number. Well, meantime, he canceled. So I did make every effort to try to find the guy's house, and there's nothing I could do if they give me the wrong address and then cancel while I'm still trying to get in touch with them. I didn't know it was the wrong address until it said leave it at your door. So I leave the food at the door. I took a picture of the house. I emailed that to the support team, support at DoorDash, whatever, and I'm like, late, I dropped it off. But the people in the house came running out, and they were like, this is not our food. you took it to the wrong place. And I'm like, this is the address the guy gave me. I can't I'm not psychic. I can't, if he gives us the wrong address, there's nothing we could do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm really sorry for that one. Actually, regarding with that, since that is not your fault, so definitely, what do you mean by this is that you just follow the right process. If the customer provides you the incorrect address, so you just drop off the order to the incorrect address also. So, did you already provide an explanation, Cynthia, what really happened for that one?
I think so. I emailed it. Somebody had me email it, and I was and they were like, you can keep dashing. So I don't know if it's like been looked into or not, but I explained that this customer gave us the wrong address, so I can't. I dropped it off and put, if the customer says if the customer says leave it at your door, and you leave it at the door, and you take the picture and you put completed delivery, and then the people inside the house come running out and go, we didn't order this. This is not our food. Then what in the world are you supposed to do? I mean, I then try to call support for you to contact the customer because I've already closed it out, right? I don't have access to the phone number anymore. So I call support and I'm like, what's the guy's address? Because can you call him? Because he gave me the wrong address. I've completed the delivery, and then the people come chasing after me as I'm driving off. You got the wrong house. So then I'm calling you guys. What's the right address? Can you get in touch with this man? And his name was Michael W. was the name on his account. Well, they're like, you guys were like, well, he has already canceled it. And I'm like, well, I can't find somebody's address if they give me the wrong address. So there's nothing I could do. The first guy just lied. So I have a perfect record until all of a sudden the last 2 days, I got 2 people that say they didn't get my deliveries. Don't you think that's a little weird? All of a sudden, I've got perfect delivery, and then in 2 days, there's a problem where a customer lies and the other one gives me a wrong address.
Yes, exactly. I do apologize for that one, Cynthia, that you're great that you're just doing your job.
Right.
Because, and also you contact the support team to help you with this. And next time around, Cynthia, if you're going to contact the support team and the customer providing correct address, kindly please contact us first before you're going to drop off the order.
Well, I thought it was. I didn't know.
Sure.
No, I didn't know it was the wrong address until after I drop off the order. Okay, say I go to the door, I set the order down in front of the door, take the picture, hit complete delivery. It completes the delivery. I'm getting in my car to leave to go to the next one, and the people come chasing after me. This is not the right house. So I delivered it to the address on the app, and that's what I'm saying is, what recourse as dashers do we have to protect ourselves against a complaint that's not our fault? I did the steps. I took the steps. I walk it to the door. I take the picture, hit complete delivery, ring the doorbell. I go. As I'm leaving, it's already closed out. I hit completed delivery. I'm closed out. I'm leaving. Then the people in the house come running after me. We did not order this food. You got the wrong address. Then immediately I stop. I call you guys and I'm like, I just dropped off a delivery and the people in the house are telling me that's not their order. So what's the guy's address? Can you call him? And then by then he had already canceled. So I did everything exactly like I should. I take it to the front door. I set it down. I take a picture. I hit complete delivery, ring the doorbell, leave, and I'm leaving. And as I'm leaving, the people come running outside to tell me this is the wrong house. At this point, I immediately called support, and he'd canceled it. So why did he cancel it? I don't understand why, unless I don't know why he would cancel it. But
yeah. I'm sorry for verbal collision. Cynthia, go ahead.
So and then the guy last night just lied, flat out, straight up lied. I handed it to him. I drove really far to a damn hotel all the way on the other side of town. He didn't even tip me. I got $2 for that. I hand him his order. He's like, thanks very much. He was a construction worker, had a beard. And I leave. And next thing I know, he's saying he didn't get it. He lied. He flat out, straight up lied. So with my perfect record, can you see why I'm going? How do dashers protect themselves against people that do shit like that? That's not cool for him to just lie like that and say he didn't get the order. He did get the order.
Yes, I'm really sorry for that one, Cynthia, again. But based on our system for the order of Michael from El Chica, right? This is the order that you're referring to. Actually,
that was today. The one I'm complaining about at the hotel, the one that I handed the customer the order and he lied, that was yesterday. That was April 18th. The one today was El Chico order. The one yesterday that the guy just lied was Del Taco. The one today is El Chico, and that one was the wrong address. He gave us the wrong address.
Exactly. So, yeah, I already checked here at my end that you already filed a dispute. So you just need to wait because it's still under investigation by our special teammate. So, once if it's not your fault, definitely they will just remove this violation into your end. Okay.
Okay. So what happens? I mean, like I'm not gonna get deactivated from people lying. Am I this one guy that lied, or the wrong address? I mean, what happens? What's the process?
Nothing to worry, Cynthia, because as long as you provide an explanation, any violation that you receive, your account won't deactivate. Okay? You can still continue to dash. As I mentioned to you, it's a long process because we need to investigate whose fault it is.
Okay.
So once if there's a mistake, there will also a corresponding consequence for that one, Cynthia. So do not be worried because there is a special teammate that is working on it with your case.
Okay.
Right? Especially you already provide an explanation what happened. Okay.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. So hopefully, Cynthia, you will not be encountered right now that you receive a violation in the near future. So don't want to waste your time. Everything is set. So thank you so much for calling DoorDash.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is April 19, 2022. Mr. Perry's trying to get me fired. Remember, I did say he hacked my phone and my Dasher app, Uber Eats app, and Grubhub app. My phone, everything. So for a while it was, we're getting your picture. We had our buddy call and order DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever, and found out which one you were working for because we hacked you. We watched you get ready for work in your house because we're peeping Toms. How do you find a bunch of team of weirdos like that? How do you guys find each other? You know, team weirdo. So let me tell you something. When these guys helping me when I wiretap order, there's a couple of things that the judge really hates that you do. One is taking my money and my time. Hates it. And two, the little psychological weird torture shit you do, Perry. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into details right now. He hates it. So they have no problem when y'all take my money, and when he pesters me, things don't go well for you. Guess what? He has no problem signing an order to get what you're planning to do. Don't get all shocked and dismayed. You're pissing people off. So remember, Perry got me fired from Lady Godiva's, and he's gotten me kicked out of 2 homes. We offered payment. Payment was refused twice. The second time when I got confrontational about the little peep and Tom cameras guys use who don't have a real love life. Yeah, it's pathetic. So what is it like to be such a fail? To be such a pathetic little bitch? You sit around all day and try to figure out how to ruin somebody else's life? What is that like? That you're that much of a failure? You're that pathetic. You're that bizarre bore. So he gets me kicked out of 2 houses and now a 3rd. Actually, there's been more than that, but I'm not gonna. The other ones I can't prove he did it, but we're pretty sure he did. Those 3 I can. One was in Lubbock. Payment was refused. A lot of people like to make money on a rental property. If they refuse payment, that only means that they're getting more money from you to kick me out. Right. Then I get fired from Lady Godiva's after paying $5,000 in no-show fines not to lose my job. Because you always got guys like David Robertson in there threatening to kill me. Or Mickey James threatening to kill me. Maybe it's worth the risk. If he kills you and he still has the suspicion like Chandra Levy and Gary Condit. You thought it was worth it. Is it now? So they fire me because he told them to. So now it's DoorDash. We're gonna hack your app, and he's typing into my phone. We've got your pictures because we had our buddy call in with a camera on his doorbell and take pictures of you. And Salim, I thought it was Ali, and the guy's name is Salim, right? That one did too. Your little guy from Godiva's. All of a sudden, he shows up where I am. You guys always show up where I am. I'm not going where you are. It's a stalking allegation, dipshit. Do you know we heard the governor said, you know what I wish? Because right now it looks like I suck at protecting women from domestic violence, and our cops who are trying to help these women, like Mike Neely and Chief Miller. I suck at that. And that's not really good for me. It's kind of a smudge on my history that I don't help women who live in my state, came here to get away from a stalker, that I'm letting this go on. Didn't lift a finger to help our police officer, an Oklahoma police officer. You guys got to look at your kids and your family in the face and tell them about all this when this comes out. When you get arrested, you might have to explain it. So how do you look at your child in the eye and explain, I helped ruin somebody's life? How do you do that? You guys are a perfect study for a criminologist. Why the fuck would anyone do that? Pat yourself on the back every morning when you get up or when you get home from work. You know what I did today? I ruined lives. I'm so proud of myself. How the fuck do you do that? Some of you are sociopaths or psychopaths. You don't give a shit. You don't have that kind of emotions. You're not wired right. So, but everybody else is. And so when you guys get caught and told on, that's why. But you just heard, here's what he did. I've got this perfect record. Hold on and I'll show you. You see that? 4.9. 4.9. I got 14 above and beyond. It's just a simple job. You pick food up from a restaurant and take it to somebody's house. Not a big deal. It's pretty easy. You do it. You can do it in a friendly way and get high ratings, or an asshole way and not. I have all of a sudden, just now, I get 2 violations for not delivering. One, the guy just fucking lied. Like I told the lady, 418 Del Taco to your guy, Charles. That was your guy, I'm sure. So I end up that first of all, he lied about something happened because I don't take orders over a certain mileage. It's not worth it. It's not. And I don't do it for under $1.50 a mile. I don't do it. I don't take the order. I'm using too much gas. So you're not profitable if you take an order that's 20 miles away and they're going to pay you $2. This guy didn't tip. I don't take those kind of orders. I don't take them. So he lied, first of all, about where he was. And I don't know, at some point changed it. So I drive all the way across town, not my limited, 6-7 miles, and get there, and he doesn't tip. Hand it to him. He's with a crew. They're in construction. He's at a hotel. He had a beard. I handed him his order. He reports he lies. Said he didn't get his order. So there's one of them. The other one today, I drive up to a house that had the address, and this hasn't been loading for some reason today. So there it is. So I take the order from the house, up to the house, and take the picture. You hit complete delivery. Now it's gone. You don't even have access to the customer's phone number anymore after you complete delivery. Get in my car, start to drive away, and here comes the little family that lives there. We didn't order this. This is the wrong house. And I'm like, okay. So, because I'm getting tired of Charles doing this to me, I'm going to give the address out. It was 1201 West Jackson Court, Broken Arrow. Where, that's the address the guy gave me. Michael W. So Michael W., thanks for that. I drive to the house. I take the order up, leave it at the door. That's the instructions. Take the picture, hit complete delivery, ring the doorbell, go back to my car. They're coming running out. This is not our order. So I call support right then, that minute. I just completed this delivery, and as I'm leaving, I'm driving away. Here comes the family. Not our food. Michael W. So I call support. What's the guy's ad? Can you get in touch with the customer? I've already closed it out. I don't have his number anymore. You don't have access to the customer number after it's completed. So they're like, well, he's canceled it. And I'm like, well, if he canceled it and asked for redelivery, they're going to go to the same fucking house. Wrong one. So you might call the guy and try to get the right address. So we don't have dashers keep going to the same wrong address all night long. So, I guess they did that. But, anyways, so all of a sudden, out of this, Mr. Perry wants me fired, he says. So all of a sudden, I start having his people ordering, which he's not supposed to know which company I'm working for on any given night. And I've got these two weird incidents that happen. So I have to take my time. I have to call Dasher support. I have to find out, what do I need to do to fix this? What do you do when somebody just lies? Because you got a stalker trying to get you fired. He's got his people, ordering, hacking your phone. Because you know what DoorDash told us, Mr. Perry? Only way he could have his people get your girl, is hacking. There's no other way. So you're caught hacking when you do shit like this. As you saw, I have a perfect record. All right? So I think there was one other time where I got an address. Where did my completion rate here? There was no complaint. But what happened is I got an address, also a bad address. I get to the address that's on the GPS and on the phone, and it's a fucking field of nothing. There was nothing there. It was a field. So I called DoorDash, the same thing, and I'm like, this guy's address is a field. There's nothing here. Same thing. Oh, he canceled. So, okay, well, you better clarify the address, because the address coming up here and on my GPS is a damn field. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing. It's an empty, big, huge field of grass. So my 98% delivery is that. Oh, and one or two that I unassigned. Because there was, I think twice I unassigned. This is ones that we unassigned, that we say, I don't want to do this order. So we can do that. We can, after we take the assignment, after we take the order, first of all, an order pops up and it'll tell you how far it is and what kind of money you're going to make. So you can hit accept or decline. It's too far away, or it's not enough money. I don't take orders that aren't $1.50 a mile, and I don't take anything over about 7 miles. I just don't do it. That's not my thing. So I decline those, and you can decline all the orders you want to decline. I'll take the order if I'm going to make money, if it's profitable. I'm not stupid. I had a business, Charles. So So at first it was the camera doorbell. I got your picture right. How would you know who I'm? You can't get me unless you're hacking. DoorDash tells us that. Uber Eats tells us that. Grubhub tells us that. My guys called them. I didn't call them. They called them. So there's a lot of stuff I don't do. My guys do it for me, so you don't get your hands in it and mess it all up. Like the postman investigation of mail. That's what the first thing he said is, don't report it. I'm gonna report it, because you know what? They'll fuck it up. We're not gonna have that anymore. And I'll make sure that the person that's investigating it knows he has to act like he doesn't know fucking thing about it. When you guys make phone calls, how do you know who's lying and who's telling the truth? I'll tell you one thing. Nobody's going to tell you a damn thing. Everybody wants you to stop it. You can call all you want. Nobody's going to tell you a fucking thing. Because you obstruct justice, you destroy evidence, you tamper with witnesses, and you kill cops. Everybody's tired of feeling threatened all the time. Even if it's not just me, people sick and tired of watching what you're putting me through, they're under threat. What if I fuck something up and I lose my job? Or he has me false arrested? Or he tries to kill me? Everybody's walking around stressed out with knots in their stomach all the time. We don't like living like that, Perry. You're not worth it. No one is. So when you're told on, you're being stopped. This today was bullshit. It was bullshit. And everybody knows it. I've never had a problem. Ever. It's not that hard to just deliver an order. So sometimes people lie. Your people lie. That's nothing new, is it? Did you think we were going to be all, shocked and dismayed, another Perry liar? You're a fraud. That's what you guys do. You commit fraud. Every day, all day. You don't know what the truth is anymore, I don't think. I think you have to write down a list for yourself. And at your old age, being that you have memory problems, and we always have to say the same thing over and over and over, you probably can't remember who you told what lie to, can ya? I'm going to tell you something. There's a guy that was a neighbor of mine. Actually, let me back up. Yesterday, my guys tell me, there's a guy over there telling somebody, I'm going to tell you something. This girl's good on investigations with this car accident bullshit. Don't lie to her. Don't do it. She'll know. You can't make a story up with her. She'll know. I've not seen anybody better at it than she is. 6 years she's sting up these people trying to get out of her which cops are helping her. They got nothing. She fucked with them for 6 years. Sometimes she'd make them think they were getting something. They got nothing. She's really, really good. One of the best I've seen. Don't fuck with her. You'll wish you hadn't done that. So there's a guy that I used to live next door to, Perry, named Angelo Giordano. I spent 5 minutes talking to that guy. Next thing I know, when I gave my opinion as to what he had to say, he's coming running down the street with his bank statements, trying to prove I was wrong. Guess what? Wasn't too long after that, he went to jail. Federal prison. Why don't you go find him and talk to him and ask him about it? You know, he hates me. He hates my... You know why? Because I caught his fraud. I caught it. Took me 5 minutes. Total. I caught it. And he's coming running down the street. And the neighbors were mad at me. How dare you say such mean things about such nice people? Guess what they said about 6 months later, Charles? I wish we would have listened to you. We almost went to prison with him. He got us into some business stuff. Turns out it was illegal, but we didn't know that. Charles, go find him and ask him what he thinks of me. Ask him about running down the street with his bank statements, trying to prove something that was bullshit. 5 minutes is all I had to talk to him. 5 minutes. I'm very good at what I do. So your little insurance guy, your little, insurance scam guy, he's running an insurance scam. Is that what he's doing? Did you find one of those guys that does that? Have him hit me? Is that what you guys did? I'm telling him, did you go to the cops? I mean, there's people like you that run insurance scams, and your side of the story doesn't match up with the evidence, bitch. Why don't you call? Guess what I asked him for? Why don't you send me a picture of your car? Remember I said I'll never hear from him again. Guess what? Haven't heard from him. That's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. Because if he had nothing to hide, he wouldn't have any problem sending me a text of the picture of his car, would he? Nope. He'd send it. He's running it. What'd you do? You found one of these guys that does these insurance scam things where they wreck into people and then get the money from their insurance company. It's a little scuff. He could buff it out. But he's going to get a nice little check from the insurance company. Is that what you guys did? Found somebody to do that? Because you wanted him to call the cops. Oh, we're going to call the cops. He tells me, you looked scared when I said I wanted to call the cops. I go, no, TPD knows all about it. I didn't tell him I tweeted him. I go, they got pictures of my car. Yep. I just said they were notified. I didn't tell him what I did. He probably knows. Why don't we tweet your car? Let's take pictures of your car and let's tweet your car. Is that what you guys did? So basically that's what I said to him, because he's like, you seemed kind of scared when I said, let's call the cops. I go, oh, no. Actually, TPD's got pictures of my car already, so I wasn't scared at all. But what I'll tell you is, I don't waste the time at patrol over a scuff. I was raised by 4 generations of cops. I didn't tell them that. I just said, that's just not what I do. I've been in and around law enforcement all my life. They don't really want to be bothered with a scuff. They might have a bleed down the road that needs their attention. Somebody in a very serious car accident, you're pulling their time away. Or a real crime, you're pulling their time away. Over a scuff, walking into the office. Go in the office and do it there. That's why I was upset. And I was upset because you're lying. You don't have a hit. First, I think he said it was a hit and run because I didn't want to call the cops. But I gave him all my information. That's not a hit and run. Then he called my phone because I gave him my information. Kind of hard to call it a hit and run when you've called me. I've got your number. That means I gave you my information. I didn't hit and run. What are you trying to pull here? You're not fooling anybody, Perry. Well, how pathetic are you that you got to sit on your fat, lazy ass all day and try to figure out how to make me fail? Everybody's questioning your schedule. Did you know that? Meeting. They had a meeting. Can Perry account for his schedule? Where is he? He's up here, sitting on his fat ass, figuring out the next way to shit her life up. The next shitty thing to do to her. So what about his constituents? I don't know. We wondered about that too. What about his family? I don't know. We wondered about that too. He's always up in Oklahoma, sitting his fat lazy ass on a chair in a hotel room, watching her in the privacy of her home, violating her, and trying to do the next shitty thing every fucking day for 6 years. Look your kids in the eye and tell them what you do all day. And if you can't do that, then you're doing something wrong that you probably should not be doing, don't you think? If you get up every day and you pat yourself on the back because today you found a way to ruin someone's life, you are pathetic. They can't make hell hot enough for you. It's a good thing I'm not God. God's too merciful to make hell as hot as I think it ought to be for you. I've asked for the death penalty, Charles, because I think you deserve it. I won't go anywhere near you. I won't do anything to hurt you. But upon conviction of first-degree murder, I have asked for the death penalty for you. You live in Texas. You support that, don't you? What? If it's everybody but you? You're poor. You got mommy issues. It's poor me. I'm a drama queen. Yeah. Okay, so we're documenting again. Perry's in my app tagging, and he's causing problems for my work again. Doesn't matter what I do, he does that. I tried to do some writing, blog writing, Upworks, freelance writing. He fucked that up too. So, but what happens is when I want to do something, we call, I tell my guys first, they call and set everything up. And then when David and Charles call and try to fuck up my money, they get it recorded. So, they've got you talking to Upworks, they got you talking to my parents. I have a big amount of money, not huge, but it's a big amount of money due me from inheritance. They kept. They shouldn't have. But when I did finally bring it up, because this was one of those things where I said, I'm going to pick my battles and I'm going to let God take this one and not deal with it. I'm just going to pretend I don't know a thing about it. And I've had times when I struggled and I needed it. There were times I asked my mother for money. I was going through a divorce. I need to pay my electric bill. I'm a single mom with 2 kids. I got yelled at and berated. Yeah, I'll help you, but you're going to pay me back Friday when you get paid. And I did. Never did I bring up the money of mine she stole until I needed it to help Mike Neely get out of jail. Because you're a fraud. There's getting to be too much. We hear the governor is complaining that he can't explain it away. And it's starting to look bad on him that he's not done a fucking thing to make you stop. He has an obligation to protect the citizens of the state where he lives and he governs. And to protect women. If he's going to sign a law about domestic violence, he sure as shit better step up right here. And I'm not giving him a choice. I'm telling you, better do it. Or you're a part of it. You're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Mr. Perry's about to go to jail. I'm going to tell you right now. Please make sure you don't go with him, whoever's listening. You might drink his poison with him. My neighbor said that to me. She pulled me aside. I'm so sorry we treated you so crappy. Because you were right and we almost went to jail with Angelo. We got into a business with him, thinking he's okay. Not realizing he's a con artist. Yeah, he is. I told you. You guys were asshole to me, but you know what? I'm glad you're not in jail. It's all good. Yeah, well, we should have listened. Right. I knew what I was talking about. I'm good at what I do. I'm very, very good. Ask Angelo. Go to Vegas. Google Angelo Giordano. In Vegas, he thinks he's a hot shot. He's a con artist. But he did 5 years in federal prison. My neighbors almost went with him because they didn't listen to me. They were thankful they didn't and wish they had listened to me. They treated me like crap. Until he went to jail. Then all of a sudden, we're so sorry. You were right. We were wrong. And I was like, I spent 5 minutes. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I spent 5 minutes talking to him, and I knew. He said just enough. I knew what he was all up. Next thing I know, he's running down the street with his bank statements trying to prove something to me. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, what the fuck do you care what I think? It wasn't that he did care what I think. He knew he was caught. That's what he was worried about. He didn't care what I thought. He was worried about his worried about his federal case. Because it wasn't a month or two later, he's gone. So, I'm going to tell you right now, get the fuck out of my phone. My guys record everything you do. So at first it was, we're getting pictures of you. Yeah, I said you were a stalker. I don't have pictures of you. I don't want to see you. I moved twice to get away from you. I didn't tell anybody you had a problem. Until I was in Oklahoma, I moved twice. From Lubbock to Dallas, and to Dallas to Oklahoma. 4 years you had to straighten up your act and leave me the fuck alone. And you chose not to. My part was done when you got elected. That's all I was supposed to do. Every time you guys fuck with me, you get told on and caught and told on and caught and told. Charles, listen to me. I don't like your doll thing that you do. I don't like it. It's weirdo. You do some weirdo shit. I don't like it. And the more you do, the more pissed off the judge gets and the easier it is to get an order. Wiretap or some such. And then you guys all go, how did she find out about that? Well, that's how. Your psychological torture, weirdo shit that you do. You don't think it's psychological torture for a woman to be watched in the privacy of her home against her will? It is. Get the fuck out of my life. Get out of it. Get the hell out of it. So now you've had 2 of your people file complaints. If I had the other guy's number, Stacy, I want to say. It was the guy's, I asked him about it. I go, you're Stacy? And he goes, that's my wife's name. Construction worker. Big old beard with a whole crew. Staying at a hotel. Over by Sand Springs. Not quite to Sand Springs, but almost. Drove all the way over to the other side of town for his canned food. You guys like canned food. I'm going to take your steak away and give you canned food. We're going to starve you into a lie. If she can't eat, then she'll do what we say. Wrong. Wrong. I got help. You bet you that's who you're fighting, really. I'm just the bait. You're a dipshit. If you can't figure that out by now. Cause and effect. Are all of you you all have Alzheimer's? Why do we have to repeat ourselves over and over and over and over and over? Your guy said, when he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. And yet you do it again. Here's Charles. Let's do it again. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. He does the same thing that gets results he says he doesn't like. Told on. And told on. And told. You know why? Because everybody hates what you're doing to me. You're creepy. You're fucked up mentally. You're fucked up mentally. And the second thing is, why do you have a doll? Do you know that grown men are not supposed to play with dolls? Why do you have one? Why would you do something weird like that? That is weirdo. I mean, that is weirdo. The weirder you get, the faster he signs those orders. The more cruel you get, the faster he signs those orders. I found out about the shoe print from those orders. The 212 conversation with my landlord, I heard it because of those orders. Your psychological torture, every minute of my time you take up, because I got to fix something you broke. Every penny you take pisses him off like a motherfucker. Pisses a lot of people off, David. Calvin. What kind of people get up every day and pat themselves on the back? I'm going to go ruin someone's life today. I'm going to go make a woman who's successful I'm going to make her fail because I just can't keep up. Why don't you get out and be successful yourselves? Charles, go pass a law that makes a difference in somebody else's life for good. Get off your fat, lazy ass and go work. Go campaign or something. What happened to the taxes? In your Alzheimer's, did you forget how to add and subtract and they won't let you do taxes anymore? Is that what happened? How embarrassing for you. How fucking embarrassing for you people that you're this pathetic. I have a 4.9 rating here, as you can see. And, unassigning orders. We can unassign an order. So I guess if there's a problem, like sometimes I'll get to the restaurant and they'll tell me we're closed or we got the customer canceled the order. So I get the order. By the time I get there, it's showing on their end it's canceled, not on mine. I gotta mark it as so that's why it's 98% completion. 98% is pretty fucking high. No, that includes the ones I've unassigned because a store is closed or a customer canceled the order. I unassigned it, so it's showing up right here in the completion rate. My rating, my customer satisfaction is it's fucking high, 4.9 out of 5. I got a 3.9 GPA. Now all of a sudden you got Professor from Hell, getting nitpicky. Here's the thing. So we have to do essays and shit. And these essays are like, the instructions are 750 to 1,050 words. Well, all the professors we've ever had before will tell you can go over 1,050. It just needs to be at least that. So all of a sudden the last professor I had marks me down from an A to a B. That much. A whole grade difference. Because I went over 1,050 words. Every other professor has said, it's okay if you go over. That's just the minimum we want you to do. So, guess what? We get to rate our professors. He didn't get high ratings from me. If you're going to be why would you do that? You get a kick out of doing shit like that? Why would you do something like that? So you men that sit around all day trying to figure out a way to make one woman fail. You know what? I would like a picture of you guys. I'm going to hang it on my wall. It's a fucking trophy for me that I'm so effective and so good at what I do. You're seeing things happen you've not seen before. And you have to have a meeting to try to make me fail at something as stupid as food delivery. Wow. Doesn't get any more pathetic than that. It doesn't get any more fucking pathetic than you. I've been around a shit ton of successful men. They're busy. They don't have time for the Jerry Springer Show trailer park trash drama that you guys can't seem to get out of. Mr. Perry, I would like very much it if you would write this down. Cynthia doesn't care what I think and doesn't want to hear from me. Somebody write it down for him and remind him of it every 5 minutes, because I'm sick of repeating myself. I didn't ask you what you think. What did I ask you to do? Do you understand what people say to you? Because our shrink has testified to this judge, Mr. Perry, never responds appropriately because he's mentally challenged and unable to understand what people say. He's unable to properly assess the situation. He has no idea what's happening, and he has no idea what you just said to him. Not a clue. It's that bad. He really needs to be hospitalized. It's a shame his family has not taken the proper steps for his medical care. He's clearly not able to care for himself. Never responds appropriately to what people say. Ever. I didn't ask you what you think. I told you to get out of my life. You're the criminal. You're pissing people off. You're causing loss. When you cause loss, people tend not to like that. And you're getting told on. You're getting told on because you're being stopped. And so, you guys, your guy says, when he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've never seen before. Like, all of a sudden, she knows we want her shoe print. How'd she find out about that? All of a sudden, she knows there's a tire iron we want to plant in a car. How'd she find out about that? All of a sudden, she knew this guy that did the accident did it on purpose. How'd she find out about that? Insurance scammer, is that what you called? One of those guys that does that shit? I told him, I think you're an insurance scammer. Send me a picture of your car. Tulsa Police already has my pictures of my car. Let's get him yours. I've done a whole accident recreation. You fucked with the wrong person. Didn't get a picture of his car. No surprise there. I said that yesterday. I'll never hear from him again. Watch. Because he's an insurance scammer, and I caught him, and you hired him, didn't you? You keep threatening my car. Things happen to my car. Everybody's pretty sure you're carrying out the threats to my car, Perry. Everybody else isn't stupid like you. You can't keep up with average, much less be excellent. You for sure can't keep up with me. And I have 40 guys that are even smarter than I am. Don't lie to people smarter than you because they know you're lying. And for you, that's everybody. So 4.9, all this time, and now you think you're going to have two of your people make fuck up things for me? Duly noted for the record in our court. In your criminal case, that one? Yeah, you're not pulling off a fraud in that one. That are being very protective. I'm having the mail people. I'm having someone I know at the post office look into it. Because if you walk it in, they'll obstruct justice. We're not going to have that anymore, David Robertson. So I'm telling you now, as I've told you every day for a long time, and you don't listen, you don't understand what people say to you, do you? You're in a lot of trouble. Get your cameras out of my home. Get your hands out of my wallet. Get out of my business. Get out of my phones and my computer. You're not fooling anyone. If you think that, those people are fooling you. And it's not that hard to fool you, because you're stupid. You're stupid. There's a reason you keep getting caught. Ringtone Richard. Ringtone. How did she find out about that? How many times a day do y'all ask that? How'd she find out about that? You don't think things are happening you've not seen before? Maybe you ought to worry a little bit? You're fucking with the wrong people. How'd I get the Fabian Puzzle in jail, Charles? Who has that kind of power? You're a coward. You're a coward. You won't get near me. I'll beat the hell out of you. You better have a football helmet on. I don't go where you are. You're coming where I am. So I guess the governor complained to somebody. I don't know what I'm going to do. What I wish is Once they knew she knew, they didn't do it anyway. Now there's too much. He gave her that. He gave her all these I told you so. I wish he hadn't given it to her. Now I can't, there's so much I can't explain it. And now I'm having to explain why I'm not defending domestic violence prevention and why I didn't help a cop. These are Oklahoma citizens I'm supposed to be protecting. And I didn't do it. And now that's looking up bad on me. I don't know what to do. I hear that conversation happened. Why would you think that you're impressive when you're just sitting around trying to ruin somebody else's life? Because you can't be successful all by yourself. I've worked, Mr. Perry, all my life. From my own family. My granddad, look at my granddad, very successful man. His legacy is not for sale. He could sit us down at the dinner table and tell us what he did during a day and be very proud of himself. And make us proud of him. And he did every day of his life. And his legacy is not for sale. And he had a shithole, asshole trying to attack him too. It just made him look, well, let me put it this way. Your character comes out in adversity. If you're causing it, that speaks of you. You're a low-life scum. If you're surviving and thriving in it, that makes you a hero. And I can look my kids in the eye and go, didn't sell grandma's legacy, it wasn't for sale. I fought this bitch off me, this rapist that was on me every day. I beat him and fucked him up and hit him and scratched and screamed until I finally was able to get the bitch off me like nobody else has ever done in his life. When have you been caught this much? And you're not getting it, what that means. Why is it when you fuck with me, you get caught? And you can't think that through at all, can you? Charles, shut up. I want you to listen to me when I say this. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think. Shut up. Please, shut up. Damn it, shut the hell up. Nobody asked you what you think. Shut the fuck up and get out of my life. Or my guys are going to go apeshit on you and you'll wish you weren't born. Shut up, Charles. You act like a girl. Are you a man or a woman? We're not sure. We are not sure. You got rejected. Boo fucking who? Move on like a man. I know 12-year-old little girls that handle that crap better than you. You're not entitled to a damn thing. You're a cop killer. I come from 4 generations of police. How do you think I take that? It's personal for me. And I'm the one that filed the complaint that you... Listen, I'm not kidding you. They got reporters they work with, and one of them pointed out something the best way I've heard it said ever. She said if they had done what she said in March 2020, give it back and get the hell out. You know what would have happened? We would have all thought she was wrong. They didn't kill Chief Miller and frame Mike. And they, because she's doing good. And they helped get Mike home to his family. They wouldn't do that if they murdered the chief and tried to murder Mike. But since they didn't, they're stupid. Now we know they killed the chief and framed Mike. Now we know they're trying to coerce her. It's witness tampering. She can't eat. She's kicked out of her house. She's about to lose. Trying to take her car from her. Let's make a fall. Let's make a little wreck. Get her car taken away from her. Let's make her get her to the car dealership. We hear that one almost every day. Is she not going to the car dealership yet? Am I supposed to? Why would you think I need to go to the car dealership? Right. See, you guys know things you're not supposed to know about stuff. Sometimes you're just trying to coax, like we coaxed Mike to Pensacola. We got to get her back out of that pole so we can hurt her. We need to get her back to Texas because we can hurt her and get away with it there, we think. All of those are recorded. Some kind of wiretap order or something. Because you pissed the judge off, wasting my time, taking my money, and pestering me. Perry, don't you have something better to do than pester and bother and pester and bother and bother and pester and bother and tell everybody what you think when you've been told to shut up? We don't want to hear it. We're sick of hearing it. Why can't you act like a man? How embarrassing. We're embarrassed for you. Anyways, so, I mean, it's the same thing every fucking day. So the reporter's like, had they done what she said, yeah, Mike doesn't have a mark on him, and he was found drugged and unconscious. There's no way he could have done that murder. But we didn't either. And we don't want that suspicion on us, so let's get him home. And let's make sure Cynthia can't make the accusations that we're trying to coerce a lie and starve her into a lie. There's nothing to lie about. We'd all thought she was wrong. We'd all thought she's crazy. But guess what? They're doing exactly what she says. They look guilty as hell. And these people are stupid. So now we know they did it. The murder and the vandalism. And they're still going at her car. I just said it. Charles Perry wants to steal my car. Charles Perry wants to commit a crime to take my car. Mr. Perry is committing a crime on a daily basis. He's a peep and Tom. Make him account for his time. He can't. He's pathetic. He can't get a real love life. No power. No dignity. You know what? The shrink was like, I think that Mr. Perry, the one reason I think he doesn't understand what people say to him is Cynthia has told people over and over and over, you know what I think was hot about Fabian is he worked hard. Worked his butt off. And that impressed her. And Charles is this lazy piece of nothing. Sits on his fat ass bothering her all day, watching her work. And she thinks that's a turnoff. And he's not taking the hint here. Maybe I ought to get off my ass and go work, and maybe then she'd like me. Instead of trying to take all her money and her car and her home. That's illegal. All of that's... Listen, Perry, shut up. It's illegal to do what you're doing. That's what you're about to go to prison for. Try to understand what people say to you. You're about to go to prison for what you're doing to me. You're about to go to prison for what you're doing to me. Who has the actual recordings? Who gave me the Fabian puzzle? Do you understand what people say? I don't think you do. You never react properly. You act like you have no idea what I'm saying. I might as well be speaking, Greek or something. You have Alzheimer's, she said. Or senile dementia or aphasia or something. Do all of you? She goes, the only thing that's perplexing me is he's got a group of men working with him. Are they all like that? I mean, they do what gets them caught. We're telling them, here's why you guys get caught. You're pissing people off with this. Nobody likes it when you cause another person to have a loss of a car or a home or money or time or a life. You're making people hate you. Why wouldn't it? I mean, when you cause loss all the time, that's what happens. People don't like you. They want you gone. You make them feel threatened. They want you gone. Everybody does. I don't care if they tell you. They're not going to tell you that to their face and risk you doing something to hurt them. But they say it behind your back. So when you do it to me, you get caught. And it didn't occur to any of these men. These men that when they do it to Cynthia, all of a sudden life as they knew it ended. And they are getting caught more than ever. All of a sudden they're wiretap orders and whatever we have. To get the information, we want to take her car. We want to take her home. We're going to starve her into a lie. When she can't eat for about a week, maybe then she'll lie. We're going to take all her money. We're going to get her fired. Everything she tries to do, we'll make sure she can't make money. Maybe if she can't eat, then she'll lie. Maybe if she has to sleep under a bridge for a night or two, she'll lie. Right, Calvin? You're the big one on that. I'm going to cut up her credit card. She won't mind us. How do I even know your name, Calvin? Wiretap orders and shit. And the more you guys hurt me, the madder that judge gets. The faster he signs his name off on that crap. More Charles pesters me. I don't want to hear from Charles at all. I hate him. I don't care what he thinks. It's more crazy rants from a crazy man. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. He's weirdo. You embarrass us, Charles. You embarrass the hell out of us. You're weirdo. That's what that judge says. What they're doing. What to her? XYZ, pester, psychological torture, this. That's weirdo. Right. We want it stopped, so can we get an order for this, an order for that, so we can stop it? We're waiting on one piece of paper, Charles, and you're done. That's it. It's over. Everybody's sick and tired of you causing loss. You don't matter. You don't. Your victims do. You absolutely do not matter. We're sick and tired of you got to say what you think and what you feel and what you want. I'd like to slap the fuck out of you. That's what I want. That's what I want. You come anywhere near... I'm not going to go where you are. You come anywhere near me, bitch. You better have a football helmet on. It's not going to be a hug fest. I will slap the fuck out of you. Man, everybody was all mad at Will Smith for slapping Chris Rock. I think everybody pretty much agrees that wasn't the best idea he's ever had. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're I put this on my Facebook. If you're a woman, you're going, man, that was actually kind of chivalrous. We like men who defend us. We find that sexy. I'm sorry, but we do. So anybody that kind of gets up and has to do the politically correct thing of, oh, we don't like violence and we shouldn't do that. I'm here to tell you. If he had hit him or started beating him up, it would be different. I would be like, yeah, I don't think that was bad. That was so bad. But he just walked up and smacked him. But you also got to look at the culture of African Americans. Watch Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea. She's always slapping the crap out of people. Watch one of my favorite movies is Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins. And Martin Lawrence gets home and his mom slaps the crap out of him about 50 times. It's kind of cultural for them to do that. So you got to keep that in mind. It's a cultural thing. If somebody oversteps their bounds, they're gonna fucking slap shit out of you. That's a cultural thing. So, I mean, if we're gonna be politically correct, let's also keep in mind there's cultural differences in which African Americans just do that. So what about it? I mean, he's not bruised. He's not, bleeding. I mean, there's a line that they have. They don't beat somebody up. But there's a thing about the slapping. I don't know what it is, but they do it. And it's a cultural thing. So let's be politically correct and appreciate the culture. Okay? Second of all, as a woman, unless you're a fucking misogynist like Charles Perry, you go inside of you or you're like, holy shit, what a great chivalrous thing to do. Chris Rock took a point that Jada made very publicly painful. This matter is very painful for me, and she said it publicly, and she said it a lot. She has a medical condition that caused her to lose her hair. She's tweeting about it, that it upset her. It's a sensitive issue for her. She looks great. I think she's a great looking person, a great looking lady, and any woman would be jealous to look like her. But so she's bald. And it's not because she chose that. It's because it's a medical condition that she has, and her hair's falling out. And she had tweeted about it hurting her. She didn't like it. It's a sensitive subject for her. For Chris Rock to make the comment he made on national television in front of the whole world was a shitty, fucked up thing to do. So for Will Smith to walk up and do what culturally they do and slap him across the face, I'm sorry, but I'm going, oh my God. That was awesome, what he just did. Probably not the best thing. I mean, he there were probably about 20 other ways to handle it a little better than that. But there had been a buildup that this Chris Rock would take digs at them like that. That they had some problems getting along with him because he would do that. And I think Will Smith had enough. That was over the top. In front of the whole world on national TV. You're going to say that about my wife? Really? I don't think so. And he got up and he did what African Americans do sometimes. They'll slap the shit out of each other when the line's crossed. You crossed a boundary. That's my wife. This is a subject she said is sensitive. What in the hell are you thinking? So he did what he did. Everybody knows he should have done it a different way. Everyone says that. But because he did it like he did, I'm going, I would love to have a guy like that would stand up for me like that. I would love to. I have 40 cops, Charles. Every time you're told on, that's what they're doing. They're bitch slapping your ass. You're just too stupid to get that. You get up every day and you do the same thing and you get the same results. You fuck with me, you get told on. You fuck with me, you get told on. You fuck with me, you get told on. You piss everybody off because nobody likes somebody that causes hardship and loss. Nobody likes that. And you can't seem to understand that. None of you. So our shrink is like, even I'm perplexed as to why these guys working with him are just as stupid as him. Don't seem to understand what the hell you're saying. They don't seem to get it when we say, we already know you want to take the car illegally. We already know you want to get her kicked out of her house illegally. We already know you want to do it to coerce a lie. Mr. Perry, you're caught. That is a crime. You want to take my car to coerce a lie, Mr. Perry, that is a crime. Mr. Perry, you want to take my car illegally to coerce a lie. Mr. Perry, we've said it over and over and over and over. Listen to the words, please. You've been caught trying to illegally obtain possession of my car to coerce me into a lie. Mr. Perry, that is a criminal act. You cannot do it. It's illegal. You'll get charged. Grand larceny with intent to coerce and interference with commerce and contracts with intent to coerce is something we're trying to prove. They're using me to do it. You're letting them. I'm just the bait. All I have to do is stand here like the worm in the water on the fish hook. Literally, that's all I do. You're stupid. You've been caught trying to illegally obtain my car to coerce a lie. You've been caught doing something illegal to take my home to coerce a lie. To make me do something and say something I don't want to do against my will. You've been caught trying to starve me into a lie. If she can't eat for a week or has to sleep under a bridge for a week, then she'll do what we tell her and lie. That's a crime. Get out of my business. Butt out. Not my life in no way concerns you. And the more you do to me, the more you get caught. And it's piled up so high now, people are starting to go, we can't explain this shit away anymore. Now I look bad. I'm attacking this woman too. You're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. I can't now give a speech and say oh yeah, we protect women against domestic violence and be taken seriously when this is going on in my state and we have a police officer that tried to help her who's sitting in jail illegally. Because we all know you can't kill somebody by beatdown and end up with not a mark on you while you're drug and unconscious. And a reporter points out in the best way I've ever heard. If they didn't do that murder and that frame up, they wouldn't be trying to coerce Cynthia. And had they done what she said in March 2020, give it back and get the fuck out. Giving it back means get him home to his family. Then here we are now, 2020, 3 years later, 2 years later. She's starving to death. He's still in jail. They're lying. Trying to cover something up you can't cover up. So we know they did that murder. We know they did the frame up. And we know they're trying to witness tamper her. Coerce her. Had they given it back and gotten out and he's home, and we say, well, she was wrong. Now we can't say that. No one can say that. They're doing exactly what she says. And now you got the governor going, if only, what I wish is, once he knew she knew, he did it anyway. I wish he hadn't done that. I can't explain this shit away anymore. You are the least sexiest, attractive person on the planet right now. You are a skank, fucked up, ugh. Every day, all day. And the more you guys go at me, the more you get caught. And you go right back at it the next day. And you've done that every day for 6 years. We got a McNamara for every day for 6 years. And you gave it right to us. It's like you want to get caught. We don't even know what the hell your goal is. It's supposed to be a date or a cover-up. And here we are, 12 years into this. 6 years in Oklahoma. There is no date and there's no cover-up. His crime's more uncovered than ever. You guys ask every day, how'd she find that out? How'd she know that? Well, there was a man that told somebody. I'm going to tell you something about that girl. She's a good investigator. I've not seen better. She outsting up these guys, a whole crew of weirdos for 6 years. They got nothing out of her. She got all kinds of evidence against them. I've not seen better. So I'm going to tell you something. You got if you're doing something wrong and you're not hurting anybody, she's not really going to waste her time on that. But if you're hurting somebody, she's going to get your ass. So if you got something to hide, don't go anywhere near her. Don't talk to her. She'll catch it. Ask Angelo Giordano. He hates my guts. Ask him. Go to Vegas. Google him up. He's not hard to find. Google him up. Take him to dinner and ask him, how long did it take her to catch you? Because you did 5 years in a federal prison. All the neighbors, how dare you say such mean things about such nice people? Until they almost went to jail too. Our kids all went to the same school. I walk into the school and I see the neighbors. They come running over. Oh my God, we're so sorry. You were right. We almost went to jail too. We trusted him, so we got into a business with him and it almost cost us. We had to do some work to explain we had no knowledge of this criminal crap he was doing. Except that one neighbor that said something, that made him run down the street with his bank statements and shit. Yep. I told you to leave me the fuck alone, Charles. You disgust me. I'm repulsed by you. Even prisoners Dr. Weck says, are repulsed by sex weirdos like you. So now we need a court order signed to get somebody on get something. Yeah, not hard. Every minute of my time you waste, every penny of my money you take. Yeah, how much time does this take? How much time did it take me to have to call DoorDash and straighten up the problem you caused? Have your guy text me a fucking picture of his car. I said it. He's full of shit. So guess what's going to happen when I ask for a picture of his car? I'm not going to get it. I'll never hear from him again. Because you know what? I told him, Tulsa Police has a picture of my car. I tweeted it. I don't do police reports with Tulsa Police. It's a waste. I just tweet it here. Now I can say, well, they know. They were made aware of the situation. But I have police from somewhere else that have helped me quite a lot. I would be dead if it weren't for them. My Tulsa Police will give you a police report right over to the offender. So we don't do that. Or we don't take evidence here. Today it is. That's what she said. We don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. And I looked at her and I go, I'm supposed to, today it is. Here. I shoved it back under the glass and walked out. And then I sent it to Jerry Bender. I'm not putting up with that shit. You don't have to. You don't have to put up with that. We have the right to redress. We have the right to equal protection. You don't get to have gender discrimination. You don't get to do it. You don't get to violate our rights. This is America. We had a whole lot of people that bled and died, so we don't have to put up with that crap. So, anyways, you know how I am. If you're a bad cop, get out of it. You're running for the good ones. Please, and thank you. But I don't, anyways. So he was all, you're scared of the cops. Nope, I tweeted the cops. Why don't you give me a picture of your car and we'll tweet the cops that? How about that? I'm accusing you of an insurance scam. On your own or for Charles Perry, I don't know. That's what I think you're doing. You're running an insurance scam. Because what your story said and what the evidence says doesn't match up. You can't hit somebody with somebody else's bumper with the side of your car, can you? It's unusual for that to happen. Normally, the bumper's going to hit the side of the other person's car. My side of my car is injured. You got your bumper scuffed up a little because you backed into me. Because you were told to. And so I'll never see that picture, will I? TPD. Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off. I'm going to let y'all call Angelo. Go over there to Vegas. You guys get some escorts. If I've seen anybody need to get laid, it's y'all. Badly. All of you. So go do that. Go to Vegas. Have a weekend. Have some fun. Try to be normal for 5 minutes so you don't turn off all those women too. And go over there and sit down and chat with Angelo about his 5 years in federal prison, running down the street with bank statements to my house. And the 5-minute conversation I had with him that led to that. All right? This is Dragon Slaying, TPD. We got people hurting other people. We don't have to put up with that. And we don't, so let's not. You're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. You can pick. Everybody gets to pick. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, make sure that you do things all day, that at the end of the day you can look your kids in the eye and say, here's what I did today. What are you going to do? Tell them you ruined people's lives all day? Aren't you proud of me, son, daughter? Or are you going to tell them you saved the world? You helped people. You got to look people in the face and go, you're safe now. He won't hurt you ever again. It's our legacy.